facilitation value chain. The need to translate our marine competitive advantages into opportunities for collective prosperity of our respective countries has never been more pressing than it is now. As I had hinted earlier in my electronically transmitted welcome message, the demonstrated global leadership of ports in the contributions to the Sustainable Development Goals shows that the sustainability of the world, especially Africa, rests heavily on the sustainability of our ports. Apart from being linked by water, countries in West and Central Africa are linked by challenges and multiple opportunities. Therefore, given the increasing realization of the leverage that economic cooperation confers in the international arena, we will be doing great disservice to ourselves if we fail to maximize this unity through the cooperation of our ports. The specific objectives of Afcfta, which includes the progressive elimination of tariff and non-tariff barriers to trade in goods, liberalization of trade in services, and cooperation among others, is pregnant with a lot of opportunities for wealth creation and prosperity, which I am convinced this conference will equip us to safely midwife for the benefit of our respective national economies, with domino effect on the economy of the sub-region if our ports cooperate. As an organization that appreciates the catalytic role of Pmawca in promoting ports cooperation, the Nigerian Ports Authority will continue to embrace partnerships and support policies and action steps arising from the insightful policy shaping meetings and technical sessions that will dominate the next few days of this session. The visionary creation of the new Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy to supervise the Nigerian Ports Authority by His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the clarion call for more audacious initiatives which were made last week by the Honorable Minister, His Excellency Adeboyega Oyetola, during the commissioning of our newly constructed Mission to Seafarers facility, has re-energized our resolve to invest more in order to harness more ideas from operational think tanks such as Pmawca. I would like to specifically commend the Pmawca Secretariat for sustaining this annual platform of cross-fertilization of ideas and knowledge sharing for mutual development of our respective countries and advancement of global trade. Before I take my seat, let me allow us to deliberate, and I would like us to brood upon the seminal and wise statement of a global statesman, Franklin D. Roosevelt, who says, "Competition has shown to be useful up to a certain point and no more. But cooperation, which is the thing we must strive for today, begins where competition leaves off." Once again, I would like to welcome the heads of other ports and the over 300 delegates from 24 African countries who have graced this occasion. I thank you very much, and I wish us good deliberations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Managing Director, Nigerian Ports Authority, Mr. Mohammed Bello Koko, giving his official welcome as the host Ports Authority for this council meeting, and indeed leaving the charge to the council and the Managing Directors Roundtable Conference to do justice to what they've come to discuss and profile solutions where necessary. Can we hear another round of applause for him? I did say that before I close this opening ceremony, I would take a moment to individually mention our sponsors by their companies, even though I have asked you earlier to appreciate them. But please do not be tired of appreciating the companies or entities who signed their checks behind this kind of meeting. For if they didn't, Pmawca would dream and think and plan of this meeting, and probably it will end up to be virtual where you will all join from your respective offices, or in some cases your dining tables with boxers and suit and tie, what COVID brought to us in 2020. People had meetings or held meetings where they were half-dressed. I remember one office said, please dress to work as you dress during the lockdown's virtual meetings. Your guess is as good as mine, the laughter that erupted in the office reception when they all arrived. So, thank you, Intels. Please, as I call each of them, give them an applause, resounding applause, fitting a sponsor. For Intels, can I hear the round of applause? For Dangote Group, can I hear the round of applause? For BCC, can I hear the round of applause? For African Circle, can I hear the round of applause? For Fidelity Bank, can I hear the round of applause? And for APMT, can I hear the round of applause? At the end of this next speech, which will signal the end of our opening ceremony, as I said earlier, there will be some family photo, which I will announce. After the family photo, there will be the opening of the exhibition. Now, the exhibition will be opened by His Excellency, the Honorable Minister. He will be joined by our VIP and speakers. The space is quite small, as you can tell. So when we get to that part of the program, every single distinguished delegate kindly remain seated. And these people whom I've announced will rise and proceed to cut the ribbon at the exhibition. Once they are done touring the exhibition, they will be ushered into a holding room where their coffee and tea will be served. As for the rest of your distinguished selves, distinguished delegations, yours will be served on the second floor. While they are doing the tour, you can then, I will announce, you can then rise and proceed to the second floor, just next floor down of this same building, and go get you coffee and tea. And we will reconvene for the roundtable conference at the time I will announce when I'm closing the opening ceremony. For now, we're moving on to two addresses, but given by one eminent speaker. First, he will give a keynote address in his capacity as the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy. Secondly, he will then speak on behalf of the man who appointed him to office, who is determined to ensure that the blue economy achieves its fullest potential, the President of the country. And now, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, His Excellency, Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola, CON.
Please have your seat, please. Well, I'm supposed to be wearing two caps. I'm putting on one anyway. Let me start by recognizing the presence of our delegate, particularly from the African continent, that are here today. I start by recognizing the presence of the SGF, who is ably represented by Professor Babatunde Balaji Bernard. My brother is Chairman Senate Committee on Marine Transportation, the Chairman House Committee on Ports and Harbour, the CG of Customs, who has just he has just spoken in tongues. FOC Commanding Western Navy Command, I recognize you. All head of agencies here present. The President of Pmawca, Secretary General of Pmawca, heads of diplomatic missions that are here, heads of terminal operators, MD of Lekki Deep Sea Port, the MD of Nigerian Ports, the host, I recognize you. Gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have any speech. I'm here to represent the President, Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But in my capacity as the Minister of Marine Economy, I want to welcome our delegates from the African continent who have been here since yesterday. Like I mentioned during the brief documentary, we're happy to welcome all of you. Our country is a country for the entire African race. We are very happy to see all of you being here today. The country is very hospitable, very peaceful. And in terms of maritime business, we are ready, we're willing. We've done all that is necessary to ensure that we're very competitive. You could see the new Lekki Deep Sea Port. That's going to be the kind of template for the other ports we are developing. We're developing about 6 additional ports that are ongoing to make us very competitive. I'm glad about the issue of the continental integration. That's the way to go. No particular country is an island. We all must collaborate together to ensure we maximize the benefits of the maritime environment. Again, I welcome you. I will now read the address of the President and Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. On behalf of the government and good people of Nigeria, I warmly welcome our dear brothers and sisters from West and Central Africa, our all international observers to this very important meeting of minds. I want to commend the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy and its frontline agency, the Nigerian Ports Authority, for accepting to host this very auspicious regional meeting, especially at this time when regional integration is most crucial to attainment of collective economic prosperity as a sub-region. Countries in the West and Central African region have a shared destiny and are largely connected by the same developmental challenges as well as a robust human capital base and natural resource endowment. We are this duty bound by posterity to unite and deploy our resources towards solving those issues that militate against our socio-economic progress. Now, one of the resources that we can proudly speak about as a bloc is our maritime endowment. The reality that most of us are either littoral or highland states makes the formulation of policies for the optimum utilization of waters for the growth of our economies expedient. My administration is especially interested in the maritime industry. This was why we created the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy in the first instance. I'm convinced that the quick wins we urgently need to create opportunities that will turn our youth bulge into a demographic dividend lies in our maritime and blue economy sectors. Even though we have physical national boundaries that separate us, the waters are a natural source of connectivity, and they seem like a subtle providential message that we must work together for the good of all our countries. This is why there could be no better time than now to hold this conference. The theme of the conference, the role of ports in the African Continental Free Trade Area, is itself a testament of the determination of the organizers to collectively seek sustainable solutions to the challenges that port operations face on the continent. After the issues of adequate security and transparency, the one that important factor deciding the competitiveness of ports is the seamlessness and efficiency with which cargoes are evacuated to and from the ports. This, without doubt, is an area in which port operations in Africa needs a lot of intervention. Of course, there are ongoing discussions in Nigeria, other African countries, on the expediency of urgently investing in infrastructure and equipment to support trade facilitation. Meetings like this put the issues in proper perspective and serve as an avenue for the generation of ideas that will aid our national government formulate effective policies. As a government that believes in the necessity of infusing information technology into public management to aid transparency and its business processes, we are giving the Nigerian Port Authority all the backing necessary to fast-track the operationalization of the port community system, which is a precursor to the implementation of the Nigerian single window, because we are persuaded that full automation is the only way to go if we plan to remain competitive in the global maritime industry. I want to implore you all, as participants in this noble conference, to see yourselves as people opportune to stand in positions of responsibility on behalf of Africa. I say this because the maritime sector, wherein you are fortunate to be active shareholders and stakeholders, is not only central to the facilitation of trade, but to the total integration of Africa for even development. I look forward to a fruitful outcome from which all of Africa will benefit. On this note, it is my pleasure to declare the 43rd Annual Conference and 18th Managing Director Roundtable of the Port Management Association of West and Central Africa open. I wish you very fruitful deliberations. God bless you.
Can we make the applause better one more time for our very special guest, Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, also representing the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We're going to take some quick family photos, but before we do that, I want to now conclude my special mention of our sponsors. This time, I'm not repeating the people I have called before, so again, please give them each a round of applause. Without them, we will not be here. It's also important that all the resolutions from this meeting that will impact the sector has been made possible by them, so we thank them immensely. Can we hear the applause for ENL Consortium? Thank you. Can we hear the applause for CFAX Group? Thank you. Can we hear the applause for One Multipurpose Terminal? Thank you. Can we hear the applause for Indorama? Thank you. Can we hear the applause for ABTL? Thank you. Can we hear the applause for LCM? Thank you. Can we hear the applause for Lekki Ports? Thank you. Now can we give all of our sponsors a resounding applause for all of them? Can I please ask Mr. Segun Awolowo to step forward for the family photo? Please come, sir. This way, on the ground here. Prof. Ben. What works, photographers? Up or down here? Up is better? Are you sure up is better? Up is better, guys? All right, please, everyone, kindly come up. Professor Bernard, please come up. Thank you very much. Thank you. CG Custom, sir, please come up. Pmawca President, Pmawca SG, please come up. Please come. Agabelo, MD, please come up. Distinguished Senator Shilokun, sir, please come up. Your Excellency, sir, please come up. This will be the first batch. We'll take some more immediately, but the next batch that will be ready to join this picture will be the heads of sister agencies. So DG Nimasa, sir, please be on standby. Executive Secretary, Shippers Council, please be on standby. MD Niwa, please be on standby. Rector Man Oron, DGC FRRN, be on standby. You are joining the picture after now. Do we have this shot? Do we have it? Photographers? Do we have it? Please, all the smartphone photographers, don't block our official photographers. We have it? Heads of sister agencies, you can come now. Please, DG Nimasa, sir. MD Niwa, please come. ES, Shippers Council, please come. Man Oron, sir, please come. CFRRN. Following this, the EDs of MPA, you can please join the picture once we're done with this. EDs of MPA. EDs of MPA, please come. EDs of MPA, thank you. Please come. So once we're done with this, I would respectfully ask. There? No, it's just this one last one here, sir. Please go ahead. Once we're done with this, I will respectfully ask all the heads of sister agencies and the EDs of MPA to take their seats, while I will invite the heads of delegations, one person each. Heads of delegations, please be on standby. You're coming up next. Heads of delegation, you can rise and start coming. One person each. If your DGs or MDs are here, they can proceed now. Heads of delegation from all 21 or so countries that are here, please start coming now. Heads of delegation. EDs, you can take your seats. Thank you. Heads of the sister agencies, you can take your seats. Thank you very much. But please, the initial 8 remain standing. You will be joined by these heads of delegations. Just one person each from the delegations. Please come. One person each. Just one person each. One person each. Please come now. Thank you very much. Just one person each. Photographers, how are we going to arrange this? If they were done, it would have been easier now to say some down, some up. But you wanted them to come up. Heads of delegations now, please. How are we going to arrange you? Some should, tall people behind, tall people in front, taller people behind. Tall people in front, taller people behind. Tall people in front. So let me have some people come behind here who are taller. Yes. Taller people just, sorry sir, you can just stand somewhere behind there. You can stand here. You can just stand this way. Yeah, you can stand there. Photographers, you see why I wanted them down? This would have been easy for me. What? It has to be 2 batches. No, this is what we're going to do. It's not 2 batches. Can I respectfully ask Your Excellency, sir, just come down here. It's the last picture, I'm not stressing you, so that the other delegates can stand here. Your Excellency, sir, and the initial 8 I called, please can you come down here? The initial 8 I called, the first 8 I called, please sirs, come down here. Please come down here. Please come down. Please come down. Thank you very much. Please come down here. Please approach this way, gentlemen and ladies. Approach this way. Some of you can join them. Some of you can join them because 8 will not be enough down. Some can join them down. Some stay up. Some join them down. Yeah. Some can join them down. Some can join them down. Some stay up. Yes. Some can join them down. Maybe you join them down, madam. Maybe you go down. Yes, please join them. Go down. Yes. We. Yes, please. Yes. No, you. Come down. 2 of you come. Go down. Join them down. Yes, join them down. Yes. So this will work better now, photographers, you see? Hold on. There are 2 ladies coming. So once again, as I said, the Honorable Minister, while they are here, please be on standby. Naval Band will take the national anthem while they are standing there. After the national anthem, the Honorable Minister will proceed to open the exhibition with the dignitaries. Once they open the exhibition, they will take a tour of it, and then our hosts and hostesses would guide them to the holding room where they will get their coffee and tea. You, distinguished delegates, you can then proceed after they have left to your own tea and coffee on the 2nd floor of this facility. Photographers, are we done? We're done. Please, shall we rise to close with the national anthem? Avaban, just hold on 1 second. National anthem, but hold on 1 second. Okay, please now national anthem, Nava Band. We're back here at 12:45 to start the roundtable conference. 12:45. Please, every distinguished delegate remain seated. Allow the Honorable Minister and the VIPs to proceed to open the exhibition now. MD, sir, if you can kindly lead the Honorable Minister. Please, every other person kindly remain seated as they exit. Please proceed to the exhibition opening. MD, we're waiting on you, sir. Please, sir, proceed. Thank you very much. Please let all those on the front 2-row seats join them to carry out this exercise. Please proceed. $12:45. Managing Directors Roundtable Conference. 12:45. 12:45. Managing Directors Roundtable Conference. 12:45. That's when we reconvene here. 12:45. We reconvene at 12:45 for the Managing Directors Roundtable Conference, the 18th edition.
Welcome back from the live telecast. We'll now continue with our regular programs. Stay tuned.
Well, thanks for staying with us. Moving to Bayelsa, Nigerians have been advised on the need for daily exercise irrespective of their position or class. The Air Officer Commanding Mobility Command, Air Vice Marshal Yusuf Oladele, spoke after partaking in the annual walking and jogging exercise of the Nigerian Air Force in Yanagwa, Bayelsa State. Joseph Kunde has details in this report.
The walking and jogging exercise is held annually by the Nigerian Air Force to test the fitness level of the officers and men at the various formations across the country. At the Mobility Command headquarters in Yanagwa, the Air Officer Commanding Mobility Command, Air Vice Marshal Yusuf Oladele, took part in the warm-up exercise.
It is an exercise we are expected to compete and to complete safely. And I want to repeat the word safely again. It is not impossible that as